Hey everybody, welcome to week 5. I hope you're having a positive start to your week. So I just want to give you a heads up about what's coming up and then very briefly summarize what we've covered so far. Okay, so for week 5, you have 3 objectives. Number 1 is the quiz based on the question for the Shays Rebellion video and the Inventing a Nation video. Straightforward. Number 2 is your first case study titled Debating the Constitution. And we're lucky to have the actual words of people fighting over the adoption of the Constitution. I know some of the language is difficult, but I'm happy to help you with it. You just let me know. But for that, you can't wait to Sunday night. You need to let me know sooner than later if you need something clarified. And remember, the assignment questions are based just on the debate records, but I also assigned the entire Constitution to read because of the new REACH Act. So there you are. And 3, finally, you have the discussion board where you summarize one of the Federalist Papers, again, the REACH Act. It's first come, first serve on those, so start claiming which one you want. The Federalist Papers are hugely important. The Supreme Court has referred to them repeatedly when trying to determine what the founders' intent was when the Constitution is vague on certain topics. And also, I'm going to post an extra credit opportunity based on a video I did on the 3/5 compromise. I didn't have time to finish it before posting the other assignments, so I figured I'd just make it optional. It'll probably be on Blackboard by the time you see this. As I said before, I'm trying to make more short videos and base more of your assignments and quizzes on them, but it is a lot of work, Between writing, filming, editing, it takes a long time, and it's just me. I don't have any assistants. All right, so that's what's due Sunday, September 19th for week 5. And now here is what I'm calling the minute rundown, summarizing where we are at the moment. Now, maybe this might go 2 minutes, 3, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so first we've seen how the English colonists came to America at different times for different reasons. The first settlers at Jamestown, 1607, just wanted to find gold, but eventually they discovered tobacco and realized they preferred enslaved labor to indentured servitude. A lot of them died in the process. And remember, the English did not arrive as one group. There were aristocrats and peasants. But in America, the aristocrats used the idea of whiteness to keep peasants from teaming up with blacks and Indians. Now, this was essentially the creation of our modern concept of race. We also saw that Puritans came for totally different reasons than those at Jamestown. And I know a lot of people view the Puritans as hypocritical, and I can understand why you don't like them because at least their leaders seem like really big jerks. And I'm not trying to defend them, but I will say that Puritans never suggested they were seeking religious freedom. That's something we have applied to them after the fact, to make ourselves feel good. They believed that, they practiced the only belief acceptable to God, and they came to establish a godly community according to their beliefs. They want to avoid God's wrath and be an example for others. Religious diversity and freedom is not part of their worldview whatsoever. Then when we go down to South Carolina, we see something totally different from Massachusetts and Virginia. There you had wealthy English who already owned slaves producing sugar in Barbados, and they think, hey, there's this other land over there called Carolina where we can expand and, grow our slave empire. So South Carolina is a full-on slave colony right from the jump. But even though all these colonies are very different, they eventually shared common experiences simply because they were in America. For years, the English government treated Americans like second-class citizens. Colonists consider themselves as full and equal citizens like anyone in London. They think their colonial assemblies are equal to Parliament, but the British back home, they laugh at that notion. They think the Americans are backwoods hicks there to provide resources for the mother country and do what they're told. And this became way too clear after the French and Indian War when Parliament started laying on the taxes without consent of the colonists. And then when colonists protested, they shut down ports, prohibited colonial assemblies, threw people in jail without jury trial, and so on. They denied the colonists rights that English citizens had. And that was too much. Whether an American was more concerned about taxes, land, or religious freedom, or even protecting their investments in slaves, they all agreed that the British had disrespected them by treating them like enemies instead of proper citizens with rights. So that's what the Declaration of Independence was all about. As 1 John Locke said and Jefferson repeated, government's purpose is to secure natural rights, and when it ceases to do so, the people have the right and the duty to throw off that government and create a new one. And surprisingly, with a heck of a lot of help from the French, the Americans were able to survive the war and win their independence. But if you think everything was great after the war, not so fast. The country is in ruins. States are drowning in debt, and pretty soon people are taking up arms against their own state governments, like Daniel Shays. The Confederation Congress is too weak to do anything, and they need something to change quick. And that's where we are. So folks, have a blessed week, and let me know if you have any questions, and peace.